With one of the true pioneers of women's boxing, Mia St. John. Mia, thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me.
First things first, we're here. It is Mayweather-Maidana weekend, and I understand in the past, you've trained with Robert Garcia plenty in the past, have you not?
He was my trainer for much of my career. So yeah, I'm very close to the Garcias.
Have you remained close? Have you been back out at the gym recently? Obviously, things are kind of blowing up for Robert and his academy.
Oh yeah, and that's part of the reason I ended up leaving was, yeah, he ended up getting so many fighters, and but no, we're still very close. Obviously, I'm always connected to Oxnard. You know, I still have sparring partners there and friends there, and always be connected to them.
What makes Robert as good as he is? Because obviously he's kind of the it trainer right now. Everyone's flocking to go train with Robert Garcia. What was it that he was able to do with you that made him so good and makes him so good that people want to go and train with him?
Well, Robert's good, and his father, because I trained with both of them. They're good at individualizing your training. He's not a one-size-fits-all. And for me, like when I was training with Robert, he was also training Fernando Vargas. He was part of our camp. And Fernando, you know, his fight style was very stereotypical Mexicano type fighting, where, you know, straight in and loves to fight. And with me, they were very different. They changed my style to be very much a boxer, a counter puncher. So it's very individualized. Like I said, it's not one size fits all, and that's what makes him so unique.
Looking back at your career, which is obviously still going on, you're still active, what would you say has been the highlight so far? Would you say it's the rematch with Christy when you finally got the green belt?
Well, yeah, obviously in 2012 when I took the belt back from her, it was, that was amazing. But, you know, I mean, the highlight is always going to be, people are always going to remember me for opening for Oscar De La Hoya. You know, me and De La Hoya, Christy and Mike Tyson, we're always going to go hand in hand with each other. And I don't mind that because it was such a special time in my life.
What does women's boxing and what do female fighters in general need to do to transcend the way that you were able to do? Because we sort of see some fighters who are kind of on the cusp of maybe signing with major promoters, but they haven't quite got there yet. What do they need to do to get to where you were at?
Well, it's really difficult because me and Christy Martin, we were there at the right place at the right time. They needed to get attention to the fight cards, and we were the perfect undercard. Now it's a different day and age. You know, our time has kind of passed, and now MMA has kind of taken over, and people are more into that now. And it's just life. It's just evolving, you know, and that's the way it is. I don't know if it will ever go back to what it was in the 90s, but you know, I mean, kudos to the MMA girls and Ronda Rousey, and I'm so happy for them.
Do you think maybe because of that, and because society is changing and women's rights are at the forefront of everyone's minds right now, that maybe that might help things, that maybe women's boxing will start to get the spotlight?
You know, not to be a pessimist, but I don't know. I don't know if the fans will ever want to go back to seeing long, drawn-out fights, because boxers, especially me, I was very tactful in my fighting. I was a counter-puncher, boxed a lot. And, you know, people like the shorter fights, a lot of action. If you see Ronda Rousey's fights, they're action-packed from round one to, I mean, I think they only go as high as 5 rounds. And yeah, people don't want to see like a long, drawn-out, 12-round tactful fight, you know. And I don't know if they'll ever go back to that. I mean, we're living in a day and age where people have ADD. They like reality shows, the Kardashians. They don't want to see anything that's artistic or requires a lot of strategy. They don't like that. So I don't know if it'll ever go back.
Well, there are a lot of fans here who want to see you, so we're going to let you get back to that. But thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks so much. Thanks.